all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Back in the Gerald the Bossman show. We're talking some Sun Belt basketball with Coach Danny Kaspar of the Texas State Bobcats. Coach Kaspar, how are things down there in Texas today, man?
Well, they're doing good. You know, we didn't lose today, so we're good.
Yes, indeed, Coach.
Of course, we didn't play either, so that's good.
Hey, but you practiced today, Coach. You got the guys ready. You guys done some good work today, I'm pretty sure, and you're getting your guys ready to play Louisiana, Monroe, and Lafayette this week.
We are. We feel like there's two very good teams coming in here, and we're going to have to play, pretty good basketball to get what we need. And so I'm anxious and hopeful that we can take care of business at home, because I think that will put us in a very good place going into the last three games.
And Coach, you're 10-3 right now, Sun Belt play. 21-5 overall on a 4-game winning streak. So, Coach, what has been the keys in your mind to the season you've had overall with the record and this last winning streak of 4 games in a row you've been on so far?
Well, we have a lot of experience coming back, the most I've ever had, during my tenure here. And, they know my system. We've added a couple of players, most notably Jalen Shedd, our point guard. We've added another backup point guard, Mason Harrell. And, really, other than that, everything else has been returning players for the most part. And they provided, some of my players, like Nigel Pearson, Alex Peacock has provided great leadership. And so the leadership and the experience this year is vastly different than it was last year in a positive way. I think also we have a first-team all-conference player in Nigel Pearson. We have a serious candidate for newcomer of the year in Jalen Shedd. And we have another potential all-conference candidate in Trey Nottingham. And so we have more firepower in addition to more experience and leadership.
And, Coach, I feel like at your level, Coach, having guys returning to your program, developing these guys, helps come with continuity, one, but it gives them experience to overcome tough losses or tough games or tough calls and not get flustered by it. And additionally, they know your system. They know what you expect. They have game plan, they're disciplined. They read their scouting reports. They can watch film, understand what you're seeing, the same thing on the film. So I feel like that really helps for a team like yours be successful they've been this year, Coach.
It has. And, we've won some close ones this year, whereas last year we lost a lot of close ones. And, so that exactly what you're saying, that maturity, that experience, that leadership, it can make a difference of, just, 4 to 6 points per game in terms of making right decisions. And so we've won some close ones this year that I think last year we probably would have lost them in close games.
And, Coach, let's be honest about it. You all could have beat Drake and Arkansas, too, and went 13-0 in non-conference. Honestly, if a play here or there, you could have swept the whole non-conference slate before you got a Sun Belt play because you played Drake and Arkansas so tough there. Yes,
Arkansas, we were 8 for 21, I believe, from the free throw line, and we lost by 3. And I don't remember what we shot against Drake. It wasn't that's been one of our weaknesses. Though we have shot the ball well lately, but one of our weaknesses in some past games has been our free throw shooting. And I really felt like the Arkansas and Drake games were both very winnable. We lost to UT Arlington in double overtime, where we were 9 for 20 from the free throw line. So I thought our defense was pretty good. I thought our offense was, very respectable in these games. And sometimes it's just one one factor or another that can lead you to a defeat. Both trips were both of those losses, Drake and Arkansas, were on the road, and yet they were very close games. So I feel like this team, with its 5 losses, has done a pretty good job of even showing itself in a dignified or respectful manner, even in our losses.
Yes, indeed. Now, Coach, I know something about your roster is that you have a deep rotation of guys you play in. I feel that's very important this time of year, late February, going into March and tournament play, especially in New Orleans. They have to play those days back to back to back to back. Having guys' legs be fresh in that situation, so on that Sunday or Saturday night they don't run out of gas. So I feel like that you play multiple numbers of guys, that helps. Also get some experience in case there's foul trouble, an injury, or something happens where you have to go deep into your bench. You have guys that just play and are confident and not scared of the moment to get on the court and perform as they can.
Yes, we have. Not every game, but a lot of games you've seen, 8, maybe 9 guys with 10 minutes or more. And and you brought up a good point. Bench depth is better this year than it was last year. So you have experience, leadership, a little bit more offensive firepower, a little bit more depth. And we haven't been injured. Last year we were hurt. It was one of my worst years in 27 years of coaching last year in terms of injuries. And this year, knock on wood, it's been very. The injury bug has not bit us, and I'm knocking on wood as we speak.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's very key, Coach. So key to that. And well, look at your roster, Coach. You have having that balanced roster, class balance of being able to keep the program stable going forward. Because I feel like at the level you guys are at, be a major level, it's crucial to have roster balance and also be old at the right time and kind of stay old to a degree, but also want to bring high school freshmen from high school there. You want to get the right transfer, the right JUCO guy. So for you guys in coaching, I feel like scheduling and recruiting are the two biggest things you guys do and also thirdly, getting the kids a degree, of course. It's very things you do that's so important in keeping your program going in the right direction all the years to come.
It is. If you look at our roster, we only have 3 seniors. So out of 13 scholarship players, 10 are underclassmen. And, I hope that bodes well for years to come, because we are returning a decent amount of scoring and most of our rebounding and a pretty good amount of scoring is coming back also. The 2 key players we're losing are Alex Peacock and Trey Nottingham, and we need to replace them. And if we do find adequate recruits, or if somebody on the team we currently have can step up, I think we could have another pretty good year next year if we can stay healthy.
And, Coach, recruiting-wise in Texas, I feel like for you, Coach, you have a great treasure chest of players in Texas you can go to, because everybody can't go to Texas or Baylor or Texas Tech. So they guys have to come to you or Carnet Word, or you have to come down to UTSA, or you got to go to Arlington, North Texas. So I feel like you're in contention for great players who are maybe don't fit Texas Tech or Baylor, but you can get those guys. And Texas have a lot of great players, not and basketball as well. So you love knowing that you can find some players no matter what, right in your own backyard.
I do. I like to tell my guys that we should be staying in the states of 4 states of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. But particularly we need to recruit. You got 4 of the biggest cities in the country in Texas, between Dallas, Houston, Austin, and San Antonio. And, so we want from a standpoint of not having to travel so much, saving money, we really try to get Texas kids, but we include the states that border us also. We feel like some states are not as heavily recruited. I think Texas is heavily recruited. And sometimes kids will think the grass is greener outside the state, and sometimes I guess it is, but we have, I think the statistics have shown a lot of young men have left the state and then come back to play, the transfer and play their remaining basketball back into the state of Texas. So we do have some fertile recruiting grounds here, and we certainly hunt those grounds first.
Yes, indeed. And now, Coach, you speak to the quality of just teams and coaching in the Sun Belt Conference. I feel like, the league kind of gets slept on a little bit, but it's some great coaches in this league. And, of course, I see it right here in my backyard with Georgia State and Georgia Southern. But seeing you got Texas State, like I said, Monroe, like Lafayette, I mean, you go down the list. It's Little Rock even. There's great coaching in this league, great teams, great talent that's been kind of overlooked. But, man, you watch the basketball that's going on. It's very great quality of basketball, Coach.
It is. I think it's an underrated league. It's very strong. There's just not an easy night off. When I was in the Southland Conference, I thought there was at least 2 teams every year that I thought, at least we don't have to play great to win this game. But I don't feel that way about anybody in the Sun. You're going to have to play good every night if you're going to win. And that's partly due to coaching and the players they're recruiting. There's been some very good players come in this league, and you're just, if you want to stay on top of this league, you really need to coach your players up, and you better recruit good players, or you're going to find yourself near the bottom of the league.
You got that right, Coach. And I want to talk about the player development at this level, Coach, because I feel like the Sun Belt Conference, you get guys as freshmen and you try to max them out by the time they're seniors and juniors to be what they're going to be as a basketball player. Get them to accept their roles, whether it be being a screener, whether it be being a rebounder, a defender, a corner 3-point shooter, or energy guy. I feel like getting guys to accept their roles and develop into what they're going to develop in, and we're doing that via film work, doing that via because there's mental coaching, helping them physically grow. So, in you and your staff, how much do you prioritize that player development piece each day? You work with your guys, whether it be spring, summer, or whenever.
We really focus on development in the spring and in the summer, and somewhat in the fall. We do some development drills every day. We generally put away 15 to 20 minutes of practice for development. shooting, passing, some certain skill levels. I think those two are very important skill levels, passing and shooting. But as I tell the players, look, we could work with you out here an hour, but if that's all you do, only when we're with you, it isn't going to work out. You got to put some time in on your own. So, they know what we expect of them. They know what they should be doing. Now, at this time of the year, there's a lot of fatigue involved. And so quite often, you get them there before practice, maybe 20 minutes early, and you might have a 20-minute segment in practice, but quite often, because of whatever the case may be, study hall, or we do strength conditioning, strength training twice a week now during the season. Their hours are pretty jam-packed between school and basketball, and so you don't want to tire them out mentally. You want to keep your practices below 2 hours. An hour and a half to hour and 45 is preferential, and we'll really hit it in the spring as far as development, and then hit it again in the summer when they come back for summer school.
And Coach, if you could share a story you talk about about Coach Melvin Hunt, my good buddy with Atlanta Hawks. If you could share our listeners a good story or two about Coach Hunt of our Atlanta Hawks here in town, doing great work for Coach Pearson and his organization right now, helping the Hawks grow as players, these young guys, and him helping those guys develop those guys. So I know you worked for you for briefly. I told me off the air. So tell our listeners a little bit about Coach Hunt, so they can know a little bit more about him.
Well, Melvin's a very intelligent young man. They really wanted him to go to law school at Baylor, and I think he thought it real seriously about it. But he decided he wanted to coach, and it didn't take him long to move up the ranks. But he is the type of young man that, is there's nobody that doesn't like him. He's a very likable person. He's a great listener, and that's partly why everybody likes him. And I think he studies the game. He's one of those. Melvin was not a great player for us at Baylor. He was a solid role player, but he knew what we wanted. He may not be able to blow by his man and dunk on somebody, but he knew how to play the game, and because he knew how to play the game, he was successful at it versus being an overpowering athlete. And I just knew because of that intelligence factor, that basketball IQ factor, that he would make a great coach if he stuck with it. And he's I think he can get young men to see it the right way through the power of persuasion better than most can. And I think that's a gift he has that is going to be very helpful to him throughout his career.
And Coach, us having 3 first-round draft picks next year, a young roster with Trey Young and John Collins and Torian Prince, who played at Baylor as well, Amari Spelman from Villanova, Kevin Hurd from Temple. That young roster we have, we need a guy like Melvin who can relate to players and show them the right way and how to play the right way and get that concepts down to to help the Hawks win games every night.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. And, I know he was very important to Coach Carl at the Denver Nuggets for a long time.
Yes,
and I know he's very important to the Dallas Mavericks coaching staff. So, he's been around the block a couple of times, and he's become a veteran of the NBA, and I think he's like I said, I just really hope that somebody will give him an opportunity to be a head coach in the NBA, because I think he'd do a great job.
Yes, indeed. I agree with the assistant coach as well. Coach Kaspar, you have a great time against the Louisiana teams coming to your place there. Hope you guys get those wins, and look forward to seeing you. I'm coming to New Orleans, I think. That's what on my schedule. I'm hoping that stays that way, so if I see you in person in New Orleans and check you guys out live and in color, man.
Yes, that would be great. I'd love to meet you in person.
Yes, indeed, Coach. Have a great day. Talk to you real soon, man. I enjoyed our conversation today. Really did enjoy it. Truly did, Coach.
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome, folks. It's Danny Kaspar on the Bossman Show.
hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.